we had these boys coming in and a lot of people coming in, and we had mothers at that time. I couldn't refuse anyone because they all came to seek knowledge. They came to learn something from me, and I didn't know how to refuse them. It was difficult at first time because I didn't know to start them with A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I made my own book. No books I bought because we had no funds at that time. I tried to do without funds because I didn't know whether we should ask people. I said, let me go on organically as we are. Simple book starting with A, B, C, D along with Alif, Be, Pe, Pe, Ek, Do, Teen, Char, 1, 2, 3, 4. Names of animals in English, names of animals Urdu, all oral. And then gradually their recognition, the lining and matching of words. And then finally we got into writing slowly and slowly. And then where to get the material, where to get the stationery. Gradually everything led to the other. So while I was working in Saudi Airlines, all the leftover fax machine from the printer, they used to be carbonized. One side used to be yellow. I don't know whether you have those now or not. The end of this, everybody in the office knew I was running it. Then they used to hand me over those little rolls. Every night I wouldn't sleep. I used to make lines and I used to write A, B, C, D, small and big letters, and they write to them, Upar se niche, go up and down, go up and down. Start with a C, then make it O, then make it A, and that's how we started teaching. So those kids now have very good handwriting because I stressed, I don't know, nowadays they don't stress on handwriting, but I'm the old school of thought. So I started a lot in writing. So we started getting stationery from various places. Then I would really like to thank Happy Home School, Ms. Ghazala, who not only called me, but one day I visited her school and she used to save all the tiffin boxes, the leftover pencil, in fact, nice leftover exercise copies, pages, books, and she used to send it over to me, and sometime I used to go to her place and get it. So she gave me this special reason that I started all this because of Ms. Ghazala of Happy Home. She gave me everything, good exercise copies, children used to leave exercise copy. So, and pencils, all those pencils, I used to have them sharpened from the office again, good on that machine, and then give it to them. So didn't have any expense as such. Then my brother who was in Dubai, he was called the chocolate uncle. Poor thing, he passed away last year. He used to bring lots of chocolates for them, but at that time there were hardly 20, 30, 40 children. He said that seeing them, they look all malnutrition. Why don't you give them milk? He said and he went away. Now it's into my head, where to get the milk? Started writing to people. And it was like, you know, miracles don't cease to happen. I started and one thing led to the other. I wrote about the milk, immediately I got the milk. Then I said, what about milk? Next time he said, what about biscuits? I said, okay. I wrote to English Biscuits and I wrote to another company and both gave me biscuits. So that was another thing. I said, if you ask for it, you'll get it. So I got the biscuits. Then it came to uniforms. Now I thought everybody should look nice if we have uniforms. So one fine day, somebody told me there was a designer in Zamzama, go and visit her and she'll give you the uniforms. Very fine person. She said, okay, let me see what I can do to help you. I talked very loudly. So while I was talking, there was a gentleman in the side room who was overhearing my conversation. Once I finished with her, he came over, put his hand in his pocket, I still remember, and placed some money in my hand. That was the first fund I received from somebody, about 5,000, 6,000 rupees. I have no idea, don't remember. Very happy. Then he said, I'd like to visit your school. I quickly ran and I brought him here. He looked at the school, he looked at the children, very happy, and he said, where do they go from here? You have classes inside, you have classes outside. At that time, we didn't have this beautiful shade. We were directly sitting under the tree and we had the school. So we had two classes inside As you will notice, there are 2 blackboards and we had 2 classes outside. At that time, we had gone up to about 75 to 80 children, and we started having 2 shifts. Tahira took 1 shift in the morning and I took 1 in the afternoon, and we changed shifts. So we were running 2 shifts at that time. And he saw all the older boys, he saw the older girls, he saw the sparkle in their eyes, and he said, "What do you do?" I said, "We go in circles. We just go from outside to inside." Outside to inside, that's how we do. So he said, "No, can I sponsor 10 kids, send them to a good school, I will sponsor them, and you will have them and make them into gentlemen." These were his words that are still echoing in my mind. And I picked up 10 kids. He said, "Make sure they're girls and they're boys." Took them upstairs to my room, day and night. I taught them so much with the exam test that they sat in Nasra school. All of them passed with flying colors. That include Balbir, his brother Sunil, Anil, lots of people. Next year, another 10 lot went. And finally, almost 42 of my kids were in various schools. From Nasra, I sent them to St. Pat's. I picked up some of the boys. I said, "What will they do in Nasra? Let them put them into technical line." And I put some of the boys in the St. Patrick's Technical School, so that these children, I thought, would be best if they had some kind of skilled thing in the hand besides the education, because it will always help them in the future. So they went into St. Patrick. Of course, Balbir, Anil, Sunil, who were the bright ones, decided not to go to St. Pat and continued to stay in Nasra school. So that's how we started sending them.